Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Dis.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. Welcome back, everybody. Quick recap of where we're at. The party came back to town. They had some meetings with Sergeant Strain, and they're a little up in the air as to whether or not they've passed their test or not, but they got very drunk to make up for it, which is definitely not a life lesson. So, morning rolls around. Everybody's made it back to their rooms, but you're all in varying stages.
This time, not Nim's bed.
That's true. You are in your own bed this time. Well done, Lazarus.
Yay!
Well done. So, let's see. Let's do a luck roll for who wakes up first.
Not me.
10.
Also 10.
4.
7.
Okay. So between the two of you, who do you think would get up first?
You went to bed earlier.
That's true. Dis did go to bed
I'm
earlier.
sleeping on the floor, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
You also don't sleep, so.
Yeah.
Meditated
You
on the
also
floor.
No. Blacking out is not sleep.
I was meditating. I
Elves
swear.
can definitely black out.
He was definitely examining the floor.
Well, I don't know if, according to lore, they can, but I say they can.
in our world.
That's right. Okay, I think that's fair. So yeah, Dis, you are first one up. Not gonna lie, you don't feel, like, super good, but it's not the worst. Like, you didn't have the drink of doom or anything like that. You just maybe hadn't eaten enough in the last couple of days, and the alcohol hit you a little hard.
What's the last thing I remembered?
I'm almost positive the last thing you would remember is talking about kicking somebody's ass and then, like, having a vague recollection that you were super sure Chainmail Guy had come to kill you all, and then you just, like, wake up in your room on the floor.
Oh boy.
Like, stand up really quick and super woozy, probably.
Yeah, that's probably, like, the worst thing to do.
When I stand up, I'll probably, like, stumble and, like, almost fall or just fall in the bed or something.
Okay.
Get up and grab my weapons. I probably still have them on, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't undress before you slept.
I'm gonna run out the door and I'm gonna pull my fucking swords as I go.
Okay.
Put daggers. I'm retconning them back.
They're daggers again.
Hate the idea of scimitars.
I mean, if you want, we can just say they look like daggers, but they are scimitars. Like, if you like the visual,
I
better.
shortened them in my mind, and somehow it worked physically. Well, I was drunk.
It's just your perception. You're carrying two scimitars, but in your mind, you're like, these daggers are gonna kick
They're
ass.
so short. It's just like, what the fuck?
All right, so then what do? So you're out in the hallway.
I'm going to immediately run to... Who's the closest room to me out of the four of us? Or out of
Let's
I mean, they're all pretty
see. I mean, like, they all are, like, literally... One's, like, right to your left, and then the other two are, like, across and across to the left.
I'll just go to across from me.
Okay.
Open it up really quick. Whose room do I know it is?
Let's see if I can remember that. I'm almost positive it's Kenna's room.
I was going to say, I believe it's
Yeah,
me.
I think it's Kenna's room.
Kenna! Kenna, where is he? Kenna, wake up!
So I have two questions. First of all, I need a constitution save for how, like, hungover Kenna is.
No, plus
14.
14. Okay, so, like, you're not terrible. The second question is, did Kenna undress before she went to bed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't that wasted. Like,
No,
she was
yeah,
drunk, but
yeah.
I think she would have...
So I feel like Dis, like, totally just barged in on Kenna in bed, mostly naked. Hey. Kenna, where is it?
Whoa.
Hey.
Well,
Leans against
you
the
haven't seen me naked before.
Good point, I keep forgetting that. Slave cabs?
No, I still prefer Dis coming in and be like, Kenna, where is? And then he's just like, hey.
Just like,
and
I
then
got used to
leans against
civilized
the
society.
door.
I got used to civilized society.
Yeah, it's probably been a while since you've seen me naked.
It definitely, I mean, it's been a while.
This is
What are you
no.
talking about?
Chainmail Guy. He's here.
There-
He was here
oh
last
my
night. What
gosh.
happened?
There's no chainmail guy here.
But
There's none.
didn't he show up last night?
Wasn't here last night. We
What?
sent you to bed.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
no,
afterwards he
no,
attacked.
No. Does he have a mark on his face?
No, he said he fell onto the floor. It was
Okay.
my visual that he hit the door.
Okay. No, Nim played a trick on you, because I would have seen all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he minor illusion chainmail guy to get you to go to your room because you were wasted.
Oh, my bad. I put my sword dagger away.
We decided lesser resto cures hangovers, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool, because I put it on last
My
night.
tag guitar.
All right.
So I'm a lesser resto myself.
Okay, sounds good. I feel like Dis. Kenna's eyes are up here, Dis.
No, sorry. I back out of the room and close it. Yeah, now that I've closed it, I'm just going to be like, I'll just walk downstairs. I won't wake up anybody else. And be like, but where is he then?
All right, so as you walk down into the room, that first table, as you come down the bottom of the stairs, Sergeant Strain is sitting right there, like, looking at the hallway, and he's just like, rough night?
Yeah, I thought it was attacked, but it turns out it was just the alcohol.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Dis, I don't know how to respond to that.
Fair enough. Like,
So,
I'd probably come prancing down shortly after because he woke me up.
prancing? I like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I feel great. I'm
Yeah,
not
you can let
hungover.
some
I'm
rest out.
fucking great.
So yeah, you come down, and, like, Sergeant Strain's, like, right there. And he's just like, oh, another one's up.
Oh, morning, straight.
You did dress, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Okay, just
yeah,
making sure.
absolutely.
It's just like trying to figure out what Sergeant Strain would react. And I'm like, no, I'm sure she's dressed.
I don't think I'm in armor. I'm just like in,
Yeah, like
typical
walking
clothing.
around
Yeah.
clothes.
I scan the room for anybody else.
It's early morning, and clearly he hasn't given any sort of directive for the room to be cleared out. So there's a couple of farmers and some other people, some you like vaguely recognize that have been there off and on. So
Anybody, like, out of place? Like, Sergeant Stray probably looks a little bit out of place.
yeah, definitely. Do a perception check.
15.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad. So yes, there are two people that look a little out of place. At the door that leads out, there are two individuals in the decorated armor that you heard about, I guess, because you never saw it in person. From the hut, maybe not, but that same armor.
When you walk down the stairs, what's the first, like, do they go towards the front door?
Basically, yes.
So I probably would have seen them.
I would imagine. I mean, your passive
I'm
perception's
super
way
perceptive.
higher than this
You're probably
is.
just like,
Yeah, I guarantee that's exactly what Kenna would do. So she'd probably be like, oh, morning, Sergeant Strain, and be like, and morning, dudes from the complex.
They both look at you, but they're not really, they look more confused than anything
Yeah,
else.
fair enough. They don't know who I am.
God.
Well, and you also can't be sure they're from the complex.
That's true. But I can be, well, they...
I mean, you can make
yeah.
an educated guess, of course. Alright. So, Strange just kind of like, morning. So where are the other two?
No, they're just getting ready.
Well, I hope you hadn't intended on keeping me waiting.
I can go get him.
I think you should do that.
I will do that.
I'll
I will go to him first because he takes longer.
Okay.
And then I'll get Nim.
Dis, what do you do?
But on my way to get him, I'll open the door and be like, Nim, you gotta wake up. Strain's here.
So you mind if I take a seat?
No, please. Grab some breakfast if you need to.
I do.
Roll a luck
Sit
roll
down.
and see if that was enough to waken him up.
Sounds good.
Just barely.
Alright.
I set a DC of 10 in my head.
That's fair. I think that's alright. I think that's more than
And
fair.
I rolled an 11, so...
I suppose I don't want anybody to accuse me of, sexism or anything like that. So did Nim undress before he went to bed?
Yeah, Nim sleeps naked, so... But he only wears wizard, he wears a robe, I'm pretty sure, so...
Right.
I
Okay.
wrote on my wizard.
So I need a luck roll for how much of the sheet was covering Nim when Kenna opened the door.
not like she hasn't.
12.
I slept with him for
All right.
years. So
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not implying that it would just be... I just want to know if Kenna caught a little view of Nimdick or not.
It's hard to catch a view of Nimdick. There's barely anything there.
Oh...
It's warm in the inn. I haven't been in the pool for a
It's
while.
warm in the inn.
Great.
Oh, so many things. Okay, Nim was mostly covered by the blanket, so no issues there. So yeah, I guess you go to Lazarus's door.
Yeah.
Lazarus, same question to you, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I mostly cleared it away, and
Yeah.
just had that little swig at the end, and then I probably took off the majority of my armor.
I mean, that would be much more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And by much more comfortable, I mean, technically you're not allowed to sleep in your armor at all.
Yeah, it hurts.
Okay.
So I'd probably wake up pretty quick.
Alright, that seems fair.
Martin, gotta go downstairs like now. If we're not down there in like a few minutes, Strain's gonna be pissed.
So Strain is here.
He's here.
One moment, then.
Yep.
I suppose it seems only fair. I imagine you guys can probably decide how hungover you feel. Of course, Lazarus is kind of a loaded question.
Oh, I forgot to do my...
Oh, your portents, yes.
Might come in handy.
It's important.
Swear to God.
It's like, I mean, you were going to fail the quest already, but now it's super fail. No, I'm just kidding.
A 9 and a 16 for my portents.
I can't help myself.
It's a curse. Please, someone stop me.
No, that's too funny.
Okay. All right, so Dis, while they're dealing with that upstairs, Lil brings you by a little bit of breakfast, and Strain does this thing where he just, like, intensely watches you eat. Like he's trying to, like, dissect pieces of your personality from how you're eating the food. Like, it's just this stare.
After I have a couple bites, I put the fork down with it, or whatever utensil I'm using,
Mm-hmm.
and I push it away. I'm like, I need to talk to you about something.
All right.
I don't know if you remember, but when we first saw you in the training area, there was a man in chainmail.
I believe there may have been, yes.
That man had an air about him, like he was there, placed maybe, to come after our group, Surf and Turf.
I feel like he, puts, one arm over the back of the chair, and he's just like, was he?
Yes.
And what would make you think that?
He had a certain look in his eye, and I had come accustomed to, from my experiences in the world, that just tells me that he was up to no good. There was trouble in the neighborhood.
Did you get into one little fight?
My mom got scared.
You went with your auntie, you're not going to live.
Had to finish it.
So many anvils. Don't even have enough time left. He just kind of looks at you and he goes, I see. And do you have any proof of these allegations?
No, and I wasn't expecting you to particularly do anything. I was just warning you that if this came to pass, that he tried to attack us physically and did show a threat, we may have to deal with it. But only if that happens. To protect ourselves in defense.
I see. So if I'm made to understand correctly, you're attempting to establish with me that an individual that you have no proof of his intent to harm you, that you would like me to provide some sort of alibi should you randomly murder this person.
No, I'm not expecting anything like that. I was just giving you the heads up that there might be trouble around and just keep your eyes open. I'm sure you do already, but...
Well, perhaps then I'll give you a heads up. If you murder someone within the Stronghold and there is any proof whatsoever that that was undeserved in any way, there will be fates that befall you that will make you wish you were never born.
That's why I said it would be in defense. Only at the cost. If it would cost our lives, we'd be forced to defend ourselves, but only then.
Well, I should hope you pick that moment carefully then.
Yes. Take a bite of my food.
I feel like
Maintain eye contact while I'm taking the bite of the food.
I ever had these stamps.
Chainmail guy.
I feel like he's watching you, even more intently now. I feel like that's how everybody comes downstairs. Is just Dis is like eating his food, maintaining eye contact with Sergeant Strain, and Strain is like leaning on his like hand and just like staring at him.
It's just like, how the fuck do these people pass around tennis?
We didn't. That's why we're here.
Well,
It's snowing. Like fat chunks.
you
Sorry.
said the forbidden word.
I didn't say it. Did I? Yeah. He said it first.
Well, that makes it
Nice way
okay.
to pass the stick.
All right, well, it looks like you're all awake.
Sure.
Morning, Sergeant Strain.
How was your night?
Why don't you pull up a chair? Seems we have something to talk about.
All right. Oh, also, sorry, I forgot to give you this yesterday and handed the stone.
Oh, that's all right. You can keep it.
All right.
Sorry, I just feel like he's still staring at Dis, so now I'm staring at Dis.
I feel like
it's just
we're
happening.
just staring like back and forth between them, like what?
Did we miss something?
I was warning him about Chainmail Guy.
There's nothing with Chainmail Guy.
Yes, your friend seems very concerned.
He's been obsessing over it, is the best way to talk about it.
They're not
He
very...
may have even implied he may need to murder this individual.
Oh, he will
No,
not.
that is not what I
He
said.
will-
He's putting words in my mouth. Don't believe him.
He will not be doing anything of the such, and don't worry, we'll make sure of that.
So I have to protect these people, even if the knife's at their throat.
Oh my gosh, you don't need to do any such thing. Calm down.
Oh my god. The things that get said in front of important officials. Okay. He kind of like looks to each one of you. Alright, so about your test. So do you think you passed?
Of course. I think we passed.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, we passed.
If they say so, then so does Lazarus.
Absolutely, we passed.
I see. Well, I will say you didn't do as horribly as I imagined you might. That being said, there was a fairly important part of the lesson you did seem to sort of whiff, so to speak. And that would be predominantly that not every quest can be completed with what you have. The information you have, the tools at your disposal, and trying to bumble your way through it anyway can often get people killed. Now, in this case, of course, it doesn't really matter. The HUD was empty anyway. But what if it hadn't been empty? What if you had simply sent in your healer in the form of a mouse into a room with unknown capabilities inside of it, and she just didn't come back?
Seems you would have kicked their ass.
That's why we did reconnaissance first.
Reconnaissance makes sense, but you had no way of knowing what was in the room before you dropped into it.
Well, that's fair.
Something to think about. Now, much as I hate to admit it, you did, according to the very thinnest of definitions that the council was willing to entertain, technically pass the test. So, a bit begrudgingly, I am here to instruct you formally that you have been advanced from copper through tin and into the iron ranking.
What? That's it?
Do they make chainmail out
Oh
of
my
iron?
gosh, ignore them. I just have a question. What could we improve upon so that next time we are more successful in our quests?
Well, to be completely honest, I don't think it's my place to tell you how to use your group's particular talents together.
Fair enough.
Now, that being said, I have a gift for each one of you. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little baggie. And he tosses it into the middle of the room. Well, not middle of the room. Middle of the table. Inside, you'll find your rings. Since you are currently at the iron rank, the rings themselves are made of iron. This serves two purposes, obviously. One is to help easily identify who are adventurers and who are not. And the other, quite simply, being to easily identify what ranking you are at, based on the material it's made out of. Go on.
Take the ring.
Yeah, I'll take a ring and hope it's gnome size.
There is one in there that's a little smaller.
Okay.
There's one in there that's bigger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I look for the one that's probably the only one that would fit. Everything else would be...
They do appear to have been almost exactly sized.
They did it while we were unconscious. Guaranteed.
They did drug us, didn't
They did. Yeah. They potentially have like full body casts.
That's weird.
We just gotta get ripped.
Why is it make it weird?
Some guy like taking like head measurements. And so you may notice, those of you who are perceptive enough to, of course, that your rings have 4 gems on them. These allow you to teleport to the 4 rungs with which your rank is allowed.
I want to press one.
Which one did you push?
Top one. Alright, that one, I'm trying to think
So
about
if you're, what hand did you put the
God
ring
damn.
on?
I would have put it on my right hand, actually, this time.
Okay, so it's on your right hand. How did you, so the gems are together. So do you push the one that's closest to you, furthest away from you?
Closest to me. As
Closest
soon as
to
he
you.
talks about the button teleporting.
Well, you didn't say button.
Or, sorry, the gem teleporting.
Okay. So as soon as you touch the gem, everybody just watches Dis disappear.
Now we have a drow to fetch.
Strain's just like, he like leans down and like pinches his nose. He's just like, there's always one. that
Never
tries
the
this."
curious one.
Sorry about that. We'll find him later, I guess.
All right, well, I suppose I'll continue the discussion.
That's fine. We can film
Hopefully
it.
he finds his way back. So you touched the one closest to you. Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, you're in the garbage room.
Oh.
Oh boy.
4.
Okay, so disappears and reappears in a small archway where there's basically, it's kind of like a circle and then there's 4 arches that kind of peak in between, like a little causeway and area. And you pop into the middle of that and you are literally in the center of a giant lake of raw sewage. Okay, what gem do you push now?
Blindly, I'm guessing the one in between the next
D4,
two.
D4.
Oh, D4.
Yeah, you
I'll hit
D4
the
if you
third
like.
one as far away from me.
Third one furthest away from you?
Yeah, I'm assuming that panic will be letting us-
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, immediately you push the one third furthest away from you, and you disappear again. And as Strain is like, I guess we'll just have to wait for him to find his way, he just poofs, not into the room. You appear in the middle of town, soaked in sweat because you didn't realize how hot it was in there, and just reeking.
Well, back into the inn.
So Strain begins talking again, and maybe like 30 seconds later, Dis just like opens the door to the inn, and he just reeks.
I immediately druidcraft like good clean smells.
And I prestidigitation him.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I assume you found the sewage.
Yeah, apparently if you touch them, you teleport.
Yes, I was just about to explain that.
Damn, you should explain that first.
It's just like he gives you one of those looks like just, I can't even do this right now.
This quiets down.
Alright, now where was I?
You're gonna describe the ring to us?
Right. So, as you can see, there are 4 gems on the ring, and by touching them, you will be teleported to one of the rungs that you have access to be on. If you're wearing it on your right hand, the one closest to you will be the sewage rung, rung 1. The next will be rung 2, the storage rung. 3 is obviously this rung, the farming rung, and 4 will take you to the market rung.
Are the gems different colors?
On your rings, they're not. You notice on his ring, they are multicolored. I assume everybody had a moment to write that down.
It's on the right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way.
Okay, so it also has another function. Now, these usually tend to get better as you get higher ranked rings, but in the meantime, for now, it allows communication between those of you that wear the rings and are of the same group.
Oh my god, we have replacements for bracelets.
They are quite simple. Just touch any part of the band and say aloud the person's name you want to talk to, and then speak into the ring, and they should be able to hear you. I will note that you must talk into them, and it will come out audibly on the other end.
Is there a way you can talk to everyone at once?
No. Now,
How do you select who you're talking to?
you say their name first. Now, we do have better communication devices, but they are reserved for people that deserve them. So for now, this is what you have.
I feel like Nim touches not the stone, but the band. And he goes, "Dis!" And he goes, "Red leader, this is gold leader. Red leader, this is gold leader."
You literally, hear it, coming out of the ring like it's like an old ham radio.
Gold leader.
Gold leader, this is red leader.
You can touch the
You
band
just
and
say that
name.
out loud to
I-
him because you didn't touch the band.
I am okay with this. Oh, that was in my head.
Nim just does like a little dance when he hears it coming out of his ring. So
It doesn't come out. He didn't say your name.
I
So
said
he
it
just.
no. When I hear my voice coming out of his
Oh,
ring.
okay. I see.
And then I touch the band and I go, Nim, can you hear me now?
Dis! Yes, I can.
Guys, we can all hear you.
Yes,
Can you hear
are
me?
we quite
Hear me?
finished?
Can you hear
Oh
me?
my gosh, I can hear
Brain
you in
headphones.
both places. We can stop now.
Is there
It's also
anything
not a
else,
bracelet
Sergeant
this,
Strain?
it's a ring.
So just that.
We do apologize for any word confusion. They are used to bracelets doing a similar activity in a different campaign. So I suspect there may be a lot of I touch my bracelet and everybody's like, you mean ring, right?
Wait, bird.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
I can't.
Nothing, you don't hear anything.
He doesn't have one.
But yeah, that's a good point.
And he's in his pocket dimension.
Maybe it goes through dimensions, but yeah, I forgot he had to never.
Jesus Christ, this.
He doesn't count as a party member.
I apologize.
I'm still hungover.
Sergeant Strain, he's in rough shape this morning.
I feel like Straight is just giving one of those look like this is going to take all day.
Well, do I remember about the blue stuff?
The blue stuff. Do a history check.
The blue stuff.
Ah,
Little
that's how
gave
well
us.
it works.
Works so well even the player forgets it.
Oh, my intelligence is -1, so 7.
Vaguely.
This one didn't even have the blue stuff.
Oh, the blue stuff. That knocked him right on his ass.
That was rather pleasant.
Have you had the blue stuff before, Sergeant Strain?
The blue stuff.
Yeah, Lil makes it.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, not in a while.
Do you know what it's made of?
I would hate to ruin Lil's secret recipe.
Oh, she said can I history check? Oh, I'm not a gaming. I won't say anything.
All right, so now that you've gone up a rank or two, I don't want you to let it go to your head. You're still complete failures. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Question: do these complete failures now have access to books?
You have access to the rungs I described.
Are there books on the marketplace rung?
You'd have to go ask. It's a large rung, Nim. I don't know where everything is.
Now,
And Nim just slowly starts reaching to
I grab him.
Nim's like, you don't say.
Go check, you say?
Just wait.
Goodness. Okay. So, now that you've gone up a little bit, for the first little while, I think we will keep Lil giving you possible quests for a little while longer, since you don't technically have access to the Adventurer's Rung yet. That being said, technically speaking, with access at the Iron rank, you are free to come and go as you please from those 4 rungs. That being said, as I'm sure Dis can attest, not all of those rungs are exceptionally pleasant to visit as a tourism type thing. And I really would rather insist that you don't go bothering the people on the storage rung if you don't have to, as they are quite busy. That being said, you are free to travel as you like through those areas. I believe Lil had mentioned she's going to begin looking into Iron rank jobs for you. She hopes to have something ready to go by tomorrow. I really honestly think that's basically everything that I want to say to you people.
Thank you, Sergeant Strain.
Thanks for the project. Okay, bye. Pushes the ring.
Well, Nim's looking for books.
wait. Nim, can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
It's a ring.
That's on my right hand, too.
It's probably going to be an explosion of sound towards you as
I've
soon
got
as
it
you
so
get there.
far. I've made
Yeah, Nim's got it.
Nim, can you hear me?
He just left.
Like, as soon as he pops.
But between the dimensions, I can hear him.
You literally reappear instantly.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess so it comes through.
Yeah.
Dis. I can hear
Wow.
you, Dis. I'm not bad.
I said it was a ham radio, not a voice distorter.
Dis, I'm right behind you. Whoa.
Voice switch.
That's gonna be a drink. Okay, do a perception check.
There's a book right in front of
Very
you.
perceptive. But let's hope. No, that's a passive for 12.
Okay. So, before you really have a chance to take in anything about the market rung at all, there is immediately, and I was going to say a small man, but to you that doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to say a man, kind of quickly walks up to you, and he's wearing a talbrid that is dark blue, and has some sort of yellow insignia on it. It looks like some sort of just calling crest for the floor, maybe. And he just walks up, hi there. Welcome to the market rung. May I help you find something?
Yes, books.
Books, you say? What
Yep.
sort of books?
Preferably magical texts. I'd like some scrolls as well. Anything that has words on pages, though, would be acceptable.
May I see your right hand? He sort of looks. I'm terribly sorry, sir, but the magical texts are stored on a different rung than the market rung, a rung you appear to not have access to.
No, that's fair.
However, I can lead you in the direction of some stores that sell more of a mundane variety of books.
I think I also need... Do you guys sell spell components on this rung?
Depending on the severity of the spell component, yes. We do have certain types of components.
What is that spell that I never used because I don't have the component for it?
I like how Nim just teleports himself to another floor, and he's just like, I'm gonna start shopping.
Chromatic orb or something?
Shopping?
That'd be interesting because he doesn't have the party gold.
No, but I
It takes
do
like
have
50
my
gold each cast or something.
Yeah, but I know where you guys are. Unless you move. But,
Unless they disappear.
But you
I know where you're
contact
gonna
us.
be later, so
Unless I go decide to find my own place on a different rung.
Everybody decides to go to like the storage rung to check it out or something, and Nim just comes back and he's like, huh, and he just like starts booping through the gems. It's like, boop, 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 guys, boop, guys.
Well, it's also a communications thing, so I can just be like, hey, where are you guys? I know you can hear me, Kenna, hey Kenna.
Well, I can see that that's not going to be good. So that sounds great.
That's not going to
I guess while Nim looks up what he's curious at, because he's just
No, I
he's
found
just
it.
going to hang out there.
I need 50 GP worth of diamond. Nope, just diamond.
No, just diamonds.
Okay, did you ask him about that?
Yeah, I'll ask him. Do you have 50 GP worth of diamonds on this run?
Yes, I believe there are a couple of stores on the rung that sell diamonds of varying degrees. I would be happy to take you there now if you have time.
One moment. And I push the farming run.
Okay.
in my room.
Which gem's that?
It's the third gem.
Okay.
I
double
wrote
checking.
him down.
Just double checking. Just because you wrote him down doesn't mean you'll remember him in 2 weeks.
No. But the fact that I'm going to listen back through this probably
Won't hurt anything. Okay, so yeah, you pop and you're in the middle of the town.
Yeah, 1 sec. I also need something for identify, which isn't a super.
Okay.
A pro worth at least 100 GP and an owl feather. Okay, so I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm going to go to Kenna and be like,
Identify is really nice, though.
Okay, well, you pop out outside, so while you were gone, yeah, Strain was just like, I'm done with you people, and then Nim just disappeared. Strain just kind of like looked around and, well, alright then.
Sounds
I
like our
suppose that's
business
it.
is finished.
See you later.
And he kind of like, he gets up and he makes a hand motion, and the two people that are with him kind of lock in step with him, and they head outside. Nim, you would see them. Actually, they'd be gone by the time you got back. So yeah, they walk outside, and like, even as the doors are closing, you watch the three of them disappear. That leaves the three of you with some time to talk before Nim gets back, maybe a few minutes.
Well,
Well,
we
seems
did it!
Like we
Easy.
scraped by our teeth.
Is anybody not disappointed we didn't go up like 5?
We knew we weren't going to go up 5. They told us how many we could go up.
Yeah, but maybe they made an exception because of how brilliant we were.
But we weren't brilliant.
But yeah, we were.
Perhaps.
We were like, wham. And we finished it.
Minus the trap.
Yeah, but he never mentioned the trap as a bad thing.
No, but he did mention that we scraped by the skin of our teeth.
This is just him trying to play it down.
Lazarus thinks if we had done it the first time, then perhaps.
Shit, we could probably left out the first time and he wouldn't even known. He'd been like, wow, they're good.
There was definitely something to do with the stone.
I think there was also more to do with the fact that I shouldn't have gone in alone.
He just doesn't understand your potential.
I mean, totally possible.
I mean, when it comes to stealth, the more there are, the more danger there is, too.
Oh, I guess Nim got back.
Oh, no.
Guess so.
It's fine, you probably would have been back by then.
into the conversation with the ring.
I was just, like, reading my character sheet and I got lost in what I...
No, that's fine. I mean, like, you were gone that long, so, like, I think you'd be back by now.
So, Kenna, can I grab 50 GP-ish out of the fund?
50 GP, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it gives me the ability to cast a really sweet spell.
What kind of spell?
It's a spell that I use to poke the enemy's defense, and it tells me what they're weak against. Because I can be like, do this element, and then it'll be like, see how it affects them.
What does everyone think about that?
Lazarus does not know much of the currency.
We have 365 gold right now.
So I need, there's barely a chunk of it.
That's quite a chunk of it. What are you talking about?
Do
Okay, I
wish
promise
to
you
do
we'll
so
earn it back
immediately?
tenfold in the next week.
You've no way
Whoa.
of promising that.
Arbitrary promises
You don't
arbitrary.
You don't know what
Nim's gonna
kind
have
of
to do some
jobs.
side work.
You know what
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'll save up enough for identify as well, and then I'll hold
You're short
myself
on
out on
rounds.
identify.
I don't know why. I just imagined like Nim on the market rung with like standing next to a wall, and he's got like one leg pushed out, and he's like, "Hey, big spender."
I open my robe, and there's like my wand sticks out. Looking to get something identified?
Oh, good lord. Alright, well, it sounds like the market rung's gonna be a barrel of monkeys, so that'll be fun.
Yikes.
While you guys are talking, Lil walks over. Surf and turf.
Hello.
Hey, look.
Hello, Lil.
Why are you addressing us by our group name?
Well, I just thought it would be appropriate to be a little more formal now that you've gone up 2 ranks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We don't need formalities with you, Lil.
Well, that's fair, dear. I did have a little bit of an ulterior motive for coming by. First of all, I think now that you've got a little bit more access to move around a little bit, it might help me to better pick out quests that you might like. If you explain to me why you're here, exactly. I believe we talked about this a little bit generally before, but what would you like me to look for you?
Preferably quests to find little girls named Mary would be nice. Oh wait, we're already on that quest. Yeah, any information on a little girl named Mary at all at this point?
I feel like she looks at Nim and is just kind of like, well, I mean, I'm not one to judge, so I'm happy to look into little girls named Mary for you, Nim.
Oh, no,
It's
Lil, it's not like that.
Well, I didn't want to jump to any conclusions.
No.
It's one-sided. It's just the girl for Nim.
That's not what it is at all.
She
I
ran
admit I'm
away.
getting rather confused.
Mary ran away from her home back on the other plane?
Nim, that's terrible. You drove a small girl out of your bed?
No. She's the daughter of a guy, and she went looking for Nim because she thought he was lost. I'm not making this better.
Because he was heroic. He was like her little hero.
She thought I
Anyways,
could save their people, and she wanted to come find me so that I would save them. But she asked where I came from, and I told her what direction I came from, not like which direction was to my, where I was hanging out. So
anyway, she's missing. and we've been
Lazarus
looking
does
for
not
her.
feel this made any sense.
There's a
we
drow
gotta
we
be
gotta
super-
impress, so we gotta find her.
All right. She like kind of nods. She's like, so I believe I'm hearing that you're looking for a little girl named Mary
yes.
for reasons.
Well, no, we're trying to
Rescue her.
rescue her.
Okay.
But anyways, you were asking about what kind of quest you want.
Well, just so I know what your goals are. That way I can try, if you, for example, wanted to become popular with the nobles, I would look for quests that were more in that direction as much as I could. That sort of thing.
Okay,
Maybe outside of
Isn't still our purpose now simply to generate favor?
We want to be able to have I want to be able to have the power to go outside the walls for quests.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is a good direction to know. It's not easy, but I can try to pick quests that may put you in better favor with people that hold sway over that decision.
That
And
would be amazing.
also, I want to be able to talk to the most important people in this compound. Any
Oh.
quests that would, moved in that direction as well.
All right. Well, those two are more or less related. I will say at Iron Rank, it's probably going to be difficult to find anything that directly relates to them. However, I can do my best, and obviously, as you grow, I can attempt to find you quests in that area, certainly.
I have a few requests. Books,
Very well.
magical books, scrolls, and
Books
oh,
about magic.
yeah, we covered that. And chainmail guy.
This again.
Oh,
He's out there.
For those that couldn't see it, they just looked at each other and were like, I got you, fam. All right. I think I can manage to swing that. So, a little girl named Mary, book stuff, really powerful people, and the ability to go outside.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I suppose if you ever find any personal tasks that are similar to assisting with the temple for Lazarus, those are also fine.
All right. That seems perfectly fair as well.
Also, if any farmers need help with their crops, I like doing that.
Also, like you mentioned, if there's any belligerent chainmail people that you have a problem with, just let us know.
I will be the first to do so.
Thank you.
All right. I feel like Lil is still, super unsure about the little girl part. I feel like that was...
Is it perceptible?
I think she's, I think she understands that, you don't really, need the girl for anything nefarious, but I feel like she, still doesn't really understand why, so she's just kind of I know they don't want to do anything bad, I just don't really know what they're up to about it. Alright. The other thing I was going to mention is, and I do apologize, I was originally going to come out and talk to you once Strain had left, to let you know that I did have a little sort of mini job for you to try out the teleport functionality of your rings. But I did notice that 2 of you at the very least used them already, so that may not be particularly useful to you anymore.
What's the job?
Well, I have a large crate of beets that's supposed to be delivered, but I just simply don't have time to go grab it myself. So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind popping down to the storage rung and grabbing it for me.
We can do that.
We've been told we should be rather concise if we're visiting storage.
Oh, certainly. They'll be expecting you. I'm actually due to pick up the delivery in just about 3 minutes. So it should be right at the arch. There'll be a man there. He'll simply ask you what you're there for and just let him know you're picking up for me, and he should give it back to you.
Question, does this involve lifting?
Yes.
Not technically. Anything that you're touching will teleport with you, so you could just put your hand on the box. You would have to lift it to bring it inside the inn, of course.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I went back
Easy
to
thievery.
Alright, well, can I get 50 GP and I'll just go do my thing? And oh, you marked it down. Okay, I guess I have the 50 GP.
This just touches the gold teleport somewhere.
Do you want to go with Nim to the marketplace so he doesn't go crazy?
Now,
will you not need Lazarus to bring in the barrel?
I was gonna say
I
I
think
could
Dis
probably.
and I can handle it.
No, I can defend him from chainmail guy if he attacks.
I think Dis and I can handle it.
Very well. Lazarus can attend him.
Oh boy!
Come then, Lazarus presumes we're off to the marketplace.
I
We
make
are.
sure I hand the gold to Lazarus.
Oh, the 50.
Oh, emasculating.
I'm just
Jim's like,
scared.
yeah, it's probably better that he carries it.
I'm
Someone
just-
might roll me in the streets.
I'm also just scared that he finds a book and he's like, it's a book!
Ah!
50, 100.
Just loses his
How much you want for it?
little
I'll give you everything I
middle
have.
And he just
Here's a
holds the
blank
book up
check.
out of Nim's reach. And he's just like,
I'll give you everything I have.
this
Just
red
get
book.
me.
You can have my firstborn child! You can have my
Just gonna
second,
be
third,
up to you.
fourth!
Nim would hate the
Busy.
red book, though. It says nothing in it.
That's true.
What the fuck is this?
Well, it didn't say anything in it before.
Well, now it'll have a story about Tenors 5.
And it'll be amazing.
It's a failure.
It's a book of failure.
It's
Um,
just a plot
Only
point.
from a good point of view.
Okay. So I guess 2 of you are heading to the storage run, and 2 of you are heading to the market run.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do the storage run first. Why don't we?
Dokily.
Let's go.
Okay, so the 2 of you... Boop.
This
I
is the fun
assume-
part.
Yep.
This is the fun part. Dis, you've only done this once, and it went to the sewers.
I'm assuming it's gonna be
Swear
fun.
to
It
God,
was
if you
fun
did the
coming
same
back.
one.
He, pushed the wrong button. Sent him in the sewers again.
Why?
Why do I keep coming here?
It's where your people
Just
are.
immediately comes back out. Just snap.
Oh no.
Something shithole people?
Whoa.
Leave it to the human to be racist.
So the storage run. Right.
Lord.
So, true to Lil's word, as you appear in the storage rung, and I'll describe it a bit to you. So, everywhere you've gone so far, other than the farming rung, interestingly enough, when you reappear, you're in a circled platform, like cobblestone almost, and it's got a archway, four pillars that make 4 arches up into the middle, just to kind of create an area, basically. And that's where you appear. In the storage rung, as you kind of appear and look out, it's a lot like... You know that scene from the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark? Where it's just the warehouse filled with boxes upon boxes as far as the eye can see in every direction? That's basically what you teleport into. Is there's just boxes everywhere.
So, Google data centers.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. If they were physical.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's a lot of stuff.
How are we gonna find this? We gotta talk to the guy.
I don't... Hello?
Hey.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we're here to pick up the beets for Lil from the farming run.
Oh, alright. He looks around for a second and he remembers it's hanging on the thing and he pulls a little piece of paper down. Just go ahead and sign there.
I'll sign. Do
All
I
right.
have a pen to sign with?
He's got a pen with
Okay,
him.
cool.
Well, the equivalent anyway.
Quill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
quill.
Alright, that's yours back there. And as you turn around and on the teleport pad, it's just sitting there. There's just a
Perfect.
big box.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Go over and...
Wait, touch it?
I am touching it.
Okay.
Wait. Right hand on it.
There you go.
I'm looking and slowly go over to it. Good to go.
Good to go.
Okay. You will pop back. You're back in town.
Now how do we get it from here to there?
Carry it. You pick up one side and I carry the other side.
I'm gonna test it and see how heavy it is.
Sure. Athletics check.
This is where it all falls apart. 6.
You don't have any plus to...
No, he's not strong. He's
I'm
dexterous.
I even have plus one.
You're yeah, we can pick it up, and then you go to grab it, and you go to lift it, and you lift all wrong. Just in every way a person can lift wrong.
Now, hold on, let me show you how to lift.
He just throws at his back. He's like a teenager.
You have to lift with a sudden jerking, twisting motion.
Do not get your
It's all
legs
in your
involved in
back.
any of it.
Can I try to lift it?
Absolutely.
Have we even left before this is happening?
You guys were in the inn,
Mhm.
and I assume you left when they left, so you're gone.
15.
Okay. So you walk over and you grab one and it's not heavy, but it's not crazy heavy either. You're not sure. You definitely can't lift it alone, but it's definitely not something that would be impossible to carry even with both of
Just
you.
grab the other side. It's fine. You're overreacting.
What? I threw up my back.
Overreacting as he's just throbbing pain in the back of his spine.
For a healer, you're never good at diagnosing things.
Whoa. Healer salt.
Oh shit, I tried again, it worked. 19?
Uh-huh.
It's just being emasculated like that really took off.
Remember what you said next time you needed to heal.
What, just be hey, I got a gash over here, I know you can't see it that well.
You just won't get one next time.
Gotta stop having them lifting things with the healer. It just never goes well. The two of you combined can lift the box.
Take it to Lil.
Okay? When you come inside, Lil just kind of nods and directs you to the back room, and she's got a spot set up for you to drop it off. And we'll jump away from you guys for a moment in your box lifting adventures and your sudden quest to find the Ark of the Covenant in the warehouse. And we will go to the market run. So, as the two of you appear in the market rung, and before you really have a chance to take in the market rung too much, a taller individual, who appears to be probably an elf would be your guess, although you're not entirely sure what kind, walks up to you, Lazarus, and a halfling walks up to you, and they're both wearing that dark blue talbrid with the yellow symbol in the middle. It just seems to be kind of a general layout, maybe, of the market rung. Just kind of both of them walk up and, in almost creepy, perfect unison, "Hi, welcome to the market rung. May I help you find something?"
Master M.
I'm looking for 50 gold worth of diamonds.
Is this industrial use diamonds, personal use diamonds, spell use diamonds?
Spell use.
I see. Is there anything else I can help you find to better plan your route?
No, my allowance was pretty tight. I think that's all I can get.
I see. All right, very well then. If you would happily follow me, I would be happy to take you to somewhere that may be able to help.
Perfect.
Okay. Do a perception check.
I suppose I'm probably looking around, curious.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you might be.
Nope. Dust in the attic.
It's startling how often D&D characters just suddenly lose the ability to see damn near anything.
Pocket sand.
No, not pocket sand.
Passive 12.
Passive 14.
Jeez, guys. All right, so you're just taking a general look at things, which is fine.
Yeah, +4, man.
So the best way I can describe the market rung is kind of a cross between... how to best describe it? I would say it's kind of a cross between that alleyway in the Harry Potter books,
Okay.
where there's just like, where it's like just like the shop alley, but it's on a much larger scale. Like, think that alley, but then it's like all the alleys. They go in almost any direction. They seem to kind of spoke wheel out from the teleport pad, and they go definitely as far as you can see from where you are. Like, this is a serious area. There is a lot of stores here. Just in your casual first glance, there has to be at least 200 stores in view.
Wow, isn't this a sight?
Oh boy! Look at all the stores. That one's got books. That one's got books.
Actually, that's a butcher, and that is a place that makes very small things to pick food out of your teeth.
But they probably have like a book in there about the things that you pick your teeth with, right?
Perhaps. I really can't say. It is not part of their inventory.
Perhaps another time.
Oh boy.
Is this your first visit to the market rung?
Indeed.
Very well then. Would you like a little bit of a description of how the market rung functions while we walk?
I guess that would be beneficial.
Very well then. If you would please follow me. Stay close, it is rather easy to get lost.
Okay. Yeah, probably take that advice.
Yeah. So it's actually really rather quite simple. The market rung is just a general area where we decided that most of the stores outside of very specialty situations would be situated to make things like indexing, travel of goods, and that sort of thing a little easier. It really just kind of acts like a giant, large city almost of shops. And for the most part, we do find that people have a relatively hard time finding things. So we have several greeters ready at the portal area to help you find what you might need. Other than that, really anything that you might be looking for, you can just ask any one of us wearing this outfit in particular, and we will be happy to assist you.
All right.
Who's closer to the ground? I know, stupid question. Nim, roll a perception check for me.
Who's closer to the ground?
Wow, I thought I couldn't do any worse. 12.
Okay. Lazarus, your tail's also on the ground. Actually, you should do a perception check, too.
Is there something funny touching my tail? 10. So 12.
So 12.
No, 14 passive.
Okay. So...
Bonk.
Wow.
Sorry.
So as you begin walking down and the attendant is showing you down and you kind of you begin zigzagging through the streets as he kind of seems to be making his way to a particular destination. Initially there was a lot of people around. And as you kind of continue to go, you do notice that the area you've been walking has been getting steadily quieter and quieter and quieter. Up to the point where as you round a corner, Nim, you start feeling kind of like the ground is shaking a little bit.
Okay.
It's up to you whether you find that to be alarming enough to do anything about, but it is definitely noticeable.
I'll say something to Lazarus, like,
Lazarus, quit stomping your big feet. I can feel that.
Feeling what, Master Nim?
Like the ground's shaking.
Do a perception. Now that you're focused on it.
Hey, 24.
Okay. So, as you're kind of like, what ground shaking? And you look down and you pay particular attention to it, and the ground is definitely shaking. And as you kind of look back up at Nim, you notice the attendant is gone. And so is pretty much everybody else. And the vibrations are getting louder.
Ping!
Go ahead. So you ping for your good and evil. How to describe?
Oh dear.
It also tells you consecration and desecration, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so off to your left, behind one of the buildings, it feels like, there's kind of a little bit of everything. Like, you're getting strong, good, but almost like it's overlaid with a little bit of evil. And there's kind of a consecration and desecration all at once, swirling together.
And like the tenant and everything's just gone.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
Everything's kind of like falling away. It's like
No, not falling away. But you do notice that the shops in the area have suddenly closed up.
Have we missed a turn?
I don't feel good about this. I think I'm going to go back to the farming run now.
Lazarus also felt around. There's feelings of good and evil all over.
That's probably not the best thing to hear.
It is rather odd.
Should we just go back to Cabbage Run? I think we should just go back to Cabbage Run.
I guess we press 3 instantly
Okay.
as a reaction.
You guys just boop, boop, disappear. And you reappear back in town. Just as you're watching these two take the crate inside.
alright. I'll go run and try and catch up to them.
Okay? I mean, they're not trying to get away from you, so I suspect by the time they've put the crate down, I would say you two are in the inn as well. And kind of as the two of you drop the crate of beets, Nim and Lazarus just like burst into the small back room.
Whoa. Are you guys alright?
No,
Chainmail guy show up.
no.
That's chainmail. Just had an odd experience in the market.
What happened?
Nim thought Lazarus was making the ground shake with his feet. Turns out all of the ground was shaking, and then suddenly our attendant and all the others were gone.
That's strange. Maybe we should ask a little about it.
We decided we should not stick it out considering previous occurrences.
Probably for the best.
All right. I mean, Lil is in the bar.
Shall we then?
Sounds like a plan.
Yes? Can I help you?
We were on the market run, and
Mhm.
the ground started to shake, and everything kind of started to close up, and our attendants just suddenly disappeared.
I see. And?
I was just wondering if this is like normal occurrence, or...
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. The market rung is a fairly large place. So, I mean, certainly I haven't explored all of it myself.
It was like there was no transition. We were following our attendant and then we were not.
Did they disappear or did they go inside?
we did not notice and leave.
Like history, like
Yeah, you can certainly do history check.
oh no, that's 2.
Apparently you can't.
But we have an intelligence character.
Yeah, I'll try to history. Shabam. Oh, that's a 17.
Okay. Nim, you distinctly remember as Lazarus was looking down at the ground, you also looked down at the ground. But when you were lifting your head back up, you did notice your attendant slip inside one of the stores and close the door behind him. I feel like there's so much judgment coming from the other 2 people at the table. Like they just keep looking at him. Oh, goodness.
So you guys got scared by the ground rumbling.
I mean, we didn't have our healer. It's scary.
He can heal too.
Yeah, but he's not our healer.
Can't figure out if that's a compliment or...
Well, we got our beats.
We got our beats.
Killer beats.
We got the beats.
From the storage. We did see you carrying an object.
Yeah.
Pretty cool beats. Hey, Lil,
Yeah,
got your beats.
I saw you bring them in. Thank you for that.
She also told us where to put them, so I mean...
Kenna is correct.
Well,
Sorry, Miss, I was caught up in the earthquake conversation. It's riveting.
It was moving, you could say.
So help me God. The entire next session is just going to be the party dying.
I was really shaken up when I heard about it.
Don't you guys start with me.
You missed your whole beat conversation.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, I think that's a perfect place to end for today. I think everybody's getting a little goofy, so maybe we'll wrap up for today.
Puns?
Oh, I'm sure I'll get plenty of puns, but I'm sure the poor readers don't need, or listeners don't need any more.
Hope you all appreciate my punniness.
We've gone from viewers to readers.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just all over the place really with, yeah, alright, I will see you guys next session. Wow, what a cliffhanger. I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.